Hello there, beautiful souls, beautiful humans. How are we doing today? It is a rainy day in the UK. It is a day to prepare for something wonderful. And I wanted to share with you today the latest downloads I have received regarding the Lionsgate portal this August and how we are preparing for it now and what it is really about, because this came through in the middle of the night last night. And I am always getting information that I'm processing in real time to share with you. So the whole thing about this Lionsgate is actually it is a portal for peace. And here's why. I'm going to just share with you some key elements of what I learned from my interview with Dr. Bruce Lipton. And actually part of this is to give you the opportunity to join me live in the exploration of his interview, because he is going to be sharing, in fact, what am I saying? Let me actually start this again. I did it live. He is actually going to be broadcast on Sunday, the 10th of March. I'm going to be showing this on my YouTube channel. So if you're joining me here in Manifesting Star Peace Utopia Facebook group, please head over to YouTube and subscribe to RozyGlow. If you're seeing this on RozyGlow YouTube, head over to Manifesting Star Peace Utopia Facebook group and join that, because this is the community that is building. And this is what's so exciting, is I got to spend a good 90 minutes in the presence of this phenomenal human being, where we exchanged information, all of the science that he has been putting forward into the world to explain to us how we can create a desired reality from an undesirable reality, is all unpacked within the context of how we create peace in these times. And this is so important for us because you know that we are living in very challenging times. And actually, it's almost like there are two timeline splits. And that's what I've been seeing, is you've got the timeline of allowing us to return to source, to the Garden of Eden, to co-creating peace on this planet and being the frequency of peace, and therefore creating through joy, through love, through peace. Or we can continue to be on the self-destruct and the destroying everything path spiral, which will ultimately lead to humanity's annihilation. I mean, this is really what it comes down to, okay, is that the planet's going to be fine. And I don't want to take away from any of the keynotes from the actual sharing with the lovely Bruce, but what I will say is this. A new figure came to me as a result of this interview, which has allowed me to see how much more possible some of the things that I have intended are. And, you know, this is why it's important to unpack why this particular portal is a peace portal. So we know that every year we have this Lionsgate portal open between the 8th and the 12th of August. And this is when our sun and the Syrian sun line up. So it's as though the gates of heaven open. This is our, if you like, spiritual sun lines up with us. There's an alignment within our solar system and our galaxy that allows these peace codes, these highly benevolent, super helpful codes to be brought to us. It's like the gifts that are freely given. But in order for us to truly benefit from them, what is essential is that we actually channel these gifts in a direction. So that's why the preparation is so important. And basically, what has come to me through this is that we have this amazing opportunity. Now, you may or may not know that there are already intention experiments going on. I'm just getting this up so I can speak to you about it. Yeah, there are already intention experiments going on that are really supporting this idea that through us joining together, we are able to affect the field through our intention, through us joining together with intention, through meditation, through having a focus on a specific outcome, through holding a particular frequency, we can then affect the world around us. And the field is really this collective energy that we're all a part of. So when I talk about the collective subconscious, I'm talking about how we have this kind of collective programming that is societal, cultural, religious, socioeconomic, gender, or racial. It's on all levels. There's all of these different conditionings that are all playing out at the same time, and they're co-creating this idea of a reality. But it is in itself an illusion. And again, I'm not going to go too far into it. I'm going to allow Bruce to explain that in his phenomenal way, and I summarized it in the interview. So it's going to be a beautiful exchange for those of you who want to join us. And that will be on March the 10th at 7:11 p.m. GMT, which is 2:11 p.m. Eastern Time and 11:11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you want to mark your diaries for that, it's going to be on the YouTube channel, which I will broadcast this. It's not live because I already did it, but I will be joining you afterwards for any Q&A. And what I was going to say with this is that when we come to looking at how we can utilize the benevolent energies of this particular Lionsgate, it is that much more powerful, and it's an 888 portal, because 2024 actually reduces to the number 8. So 2 + 2 + 4, 8. So you have the 8th of August, 2024. We'll see in a minute. Oh, this ferries around. And this is why we have this opportunity for a massive quantum leap. And if we focus our intention in the way that I've been guided to offer this to you, oh my goodness, what an amazing shift we can see in our time. So as I said, there are already intention experiments going on. We've already been able to prove that when enough people come together with the same intention, they affect the collective reality. Now, it's one thing to affect it. It's another thing to change it. And this is why I'm so passionate about Star Peace and the bigger vision I've been given. So what is Star Peace? Well, we all know what Star Wars is, right? Star Wars is a beautiful story that explains the duality in our universe, the nature that is within each of us, because we are the microcosm of the macrocosm. So in each of us, there is our light, there is our dark, there is our shadow, there is our light, there is our yin, there is our yang, there is our active, our passive. And, you know, you could say there is the angel and the devil on your shoulders, and it's really about how we bring duality, opposing forces, into unified consciousness, and we choose the highest good, the win-win-win, the most optimal path. And if you have been following my work for some time, you will know that ultimately the way that we overcome the separation energy that is duality, that makes us basically feel that we are separate from source, all that is, and that we must go it alone, which is our survival programming. As humans, we are mainly wired to survive rather than thrive. Check out the interview to find out why. And basically, the opportunity here is to be able to bring light to our shadow, to bring a light to the parts of us that are unloved, unclaimed, the parts of us that have been wired to survive rather than thrive, and to reprogram this so that we're all wired to thrive. Now, this then births this idea of Star Peace, and Star Peace is the evolution of Star Wars, in the sense that it's the evolution of the story of duality and separation. What happens if we have unified, if we have evolved beyond dualistic nature, beyond this idea of being separate from source, and we choose to remember that we're actually one with all that is, that we have in each of us a little spark of the divine that can lead us through every unknown circumstance in our lives and can teach us to co-create our reality in such a way that we can thrive rather than survive, and we can pass the thriving programs to the next generations. That's what Star Peace is about, and that's what Lionsgate is inviting us to. So, you know, I have this, I presented this to Bruce, that I had this sneaky suspicion that humanity is actually really scared of peace, in the same way that I've seen in my own coaching work that people are scared of having what they want. They're more scared of having what they want than carrying on with what they don't want, because they know how to deal with what they don't want. They know what's coming with what they don't want. Every day they live their own Groundhog Day. You tell me if this is true for you. And as a result of that, it's like, well, I know these problems, but if I change my circumstances and I actually get what I want, then what kind of problems am I going to encounter then? And who am I if I'm not this set of problems that I have had so deeply ingrained in my self-identity? So there's always resistance to the things we want. And, you know, for us to actually cultivate peace on this planet, we have to want to choose the idea of resolution over conflict. And yet on this planet, we tend to argue for conflict much more than we open our hearts to resolution. And every one of us can make a very, very, very valid part in being part of this solution and resolution. So this Lionsgate is like Lionsgate on cosmic steroids, okay? The message I received was that we have the opportunity to expand our magnetism, our radiance, our impact, our influence, our capacity to receive by 1,000-fold. Now, this is huge, all right? It's absolutely huge. If you just allow yourself to do the numbers on that, what is 1,000 times what you actually currently have? It's huge, okay? So the invitation again is to remember that at the heart of everything is sacred union. If you don't know what I do, I'm a multidimensional success coach. I am a trailblazer who works with trailblazers who are here to co-create a new earth reality. We are the heart-centered, soul-influenced leaders of the new earth, if you like. And I'm not talking about New World Order here. I'm talking about Paradise Earth, which is really the old world that this planet once was. And we have this coding way back in our DNA, well before all the survival programming. Once upon a time, we lived in peace and harmony on this planet, in inner balance and outer balance. And those of us who are here to lead the way to this again, have these codes activated in us. We have been activating them for some time. I call us star seeds, empaths, light workers. You might resonate in other ways, but ultimately we are here to help bring the party to the now and activate a union, a sacred union for all. And sacred union for most of us means being in a healthy, beautiful, lovely relationship with someone else, a significant other, our divine counterpart, ascension partner. Now, I'm truly blessed to be married to my divine counterpart, ascension partner, my sacred union, the beloved Buzz or Ian Hannis. And, you know, I didn't just wake up and it suddenly happened. There was a lot of reprogramming that needed to go on from my early programming, my early beliefs, my early conditioning around love, which was very toxic, as it is for so many of us. We're born into toxic kind of relationship programming, toxic parenting, and it really leaves its mark. And there's lots of reasons why, and we go into that in the interview. So again, join me on the 10th. But really, what the preparation is now is this. We can, through the pursuit of our own personal desires, through the pursuit of the fulfillment of our own personal desires, the longings we have, whether it's sacred union, whether it's bringing a baby into this world, whether it's having more impact, whether it's having a better health regime, we can help co-create more harmony, more peace in the world around us. That's how we do it. It's not an outside-in job, it's an inside-out job. And, you know, the mechanism specifically are what I teach people through my coaching programs, where you get a taster of when you join me for the new, when I do the full moon co-creations and world services, the yoga that I offer online. All of this is about unifying, coming into unity. But here's the deal with this, Lionsgate. The invite I have been offered is to remind everybody that there is already a manifesto and there is already a whole load of ways that each and every one of us can shift our consciousness from the problem to the solution. And we can actually participate in creating more of what we want in this world just by shifting our focus and being mindful of how we speak about things, what we tune into through our own free will, and what we energize through what we pay for, what we give our attention to, what we subscribe to, what we talk about, how we share things on our socials, etc. This is all on starpeaceconsciousness.com, the website. Okay. Now, what I've been invited to do is to remind everyone that in that website, I talked about the fact that there are energizers, builders, and architects of the new world, of the new earth, paradise earth, and that the new game is different to the old one. We're not playing a chess game anymore of duality, of there being a winner and a loser. We're actually joining forces, we're uniting, we're inviting everybody into the light, every aspect of our consciousness into the light, every part of us that's been fragmented into the light. We're calling everyone home, right? This is the invitation, every bit of us and all there is. And in so doing, what happens is each and every one of us is a unique piece of a puzzle. And the big puzzle actually is the image and the energy of this paradise earth, this unified collective field, which is the Garden of Eden, which is paradise earth, where we all live in harmony with nature, with each other, and with the divine. So what I'm going to be doing is something where I'm bringing together, I'm inviting all the light workers of the world to come together, and those who want to join me in this, because it is about critical mass, it is about getting the numbers together, for a free download, which will be a co-creation meditation that I will pre-record, and I'll be offering you to tune into at 8:08 a.m. and 8:08 p.m. universal time. It's essential we do it at the same time, and that's going to be universal time, which is it's actually called GMT. Okay, so all the timings will be made available for everybody closer to the time, and this will be based on bringing to life and light the idea of this paradise earth, of what it looks like. So really it's going to be painting the picture of this new reality and inviting every one of us to energize it. We literally pray peace, which if you know Greg Braden's work, you'll know what that really means, is to give thanks for peace, to really bring it as though it's already happened into our energy field. Now, I know I've learned through my work, and it's been wonderful to have that confirmation from Bruce as well, that, you know, for things to sustain, for things to be long-term, not just to affect, but to be able to change the field, it is essential that our subconscious programming is lined up with our consciousness, our highest consciousness, our highest intentions. And here's the deal. I'm actually going to be hosting a 3-month container for those of you who would like to participate as the architects of the new earth. Then I'm inviting you into a 3-month rewrite your narrative so that we can rewrite the collective narrative container, which means 3 months of access to me in an intimate group. It'll be a maximum of 14 people, okay? And part of this 3-month container is going to be a 3-night retreat. And this retreat is an in-person retreat where we're going to be coming together to enjoy, to have fun, to receive, to celebrate, to essentially connect to peace and clear away the resistance whilst we're together and we're in the container to actually having what we want. Now, I'm asking those of you to come forward who are the visionaries, who are the trailblazers, who have a sense of a mission in this world that is connected to peace, to bringing peace to the lives of ourselves and others, to step forward, because you are the ones that I'm calling to be the code keepers, the holders of these codes, because we are going to be anchoring them into the earth where we're going to be gathering together. At this point, it's going to be North Wales. It might change, but it's going to be somewhere absolutely beautiful, okay, where we're really held in nature and also really beautifully supported and held in lovely, lovely retreat settings. So we can receive, we can clear the resistance, we can be in our highest self energy for the whole 3 days, and we can come away from this time together and also from the 3-month container with a game plan of how we're going to actually implement what it is that we are here to do, not just in the world, but to actually receive what we want for our personal lives. Because for us to really have impact in the world, the key is going to be for us to have the kind of support in our personal lives that allows us to thrive. So we must align with thriving. Now, if you would like to know more about this, then please head over to rozyglow.com/events. You will see that there is a link there to register your interest for the retreat, and I will get in touch with you. It's very much by interview only. You know, there is an expectation that you have already done a fair bit of reprogramming of your subconscious, of clearing your subconscious, of activating your superconscious. And if you haven't yet, but you have a sense of this bigger mission and you are ready to go, then at the moment, I'm taking people into my group coaching program, Fearless, Loved Up and Limitless, and also my one-to-one work to prepare you for the Lionsgate container. Okay, so now is the time to act. Don't leave it, because if you want to participate in the in-person retreat, it'll be really important that you've been through some key processes, which I will explain to you ahead of time when we actually connect. So just book a call, we'll have a chat about it, not a problem. Now, when it actually comes to the 8th of the 8th, that's when we're going to be anchoring these codes for the collective, and all around the world, people will be listening to this co-creation meditation and clearing up their resistance on behalf of themselves and the collective. So if you like the sound of this, I would love you to comment and let me know. And also the way that you can participate at this point is going to be to join the starpeaceconsciousness.com mailing list. So if you go over to starpeaceconsciousness.com, you'll see that there's a manifesto that you can sign on the homepage. This will then give you access to a form where you just tick all the boxes. Please make sure that you tick that we can contact you by email and text, and then I'll be able to get in touch with you and let you know more and share with you this particular co-creation meditation once it's been recorded. It'll be full of healing codes. You know, it's going to be absolutely amazing. And in the meantime, as I said, on the 10th of March, which is coming up, we're coming into the new moon energy of Pisces, which is the last new moon in the old zodiac sign, right? In the old zodiac calendar. So it's like the culmination of everything from last year, just coming to a head, being cleared, being birthed. What do we want to create this year from last year in terms of what did manifest last year? What are we now bringing forward to manifest this year? What are we co-creating in this astrological cycle? And it relates then to the next full moon in Libra. So this is very much about, again, our relationships, our relationship between our human and our soul, our inner masculine and inner feminine, the divine and the eternal and the temporal. So it's all sacred union. And what I'm going to be doing is offering a free masterclass earlier in the day, probably about 11 a.m. UK time, which will be all about why we can't manifest what we want to manifest. What is it that's going on? Why is it that, you know, 95% of the time we are operating from our subconscious programming. And what does that actually mean? Why is that blocking our manifesting? So I'll be sharing with you why and what you can do about it, and working with you really to effect a change in that moment so you can move forward. You can notice where you are limiting yourself the most and step forward beyond that into a place where you can experience some liberation. Because liberation from limitation is what expands our energy. It's what allows us to feel rejoiceful, joyful, have fun, all the key things that allow us to actually create from our highest self rather than our conditioning, which keeps creating more and more of what we don't want. So that's really the crux of it. Now, in terms of actually preparing for Lionsgate, as I said, the work really is now. It's not in the future. It's now. It's not about leaving it till then. And, you know, if you actually want to have the kind of changes in your life that so far have eluded you, then it's going to require you to do something different to what you've already done. It's not going to come from digital programs. It's not going to come from self-help books. It's not going to come from continuing to do your daily practices that don't really seem to be bringing you the rewards. It's going to come from you being able to see where you're getting in your own way and then going through a process that will clear that. And this is also going to be about you cultivating a sense of your own self-worth. And the word deserving has some elements in it that are questionable, but ultimately your sense of deserving and worthiness. Are you worthy and deserving of the things that you truly want? Do you feel that you are? Do you have that sense of inner self-esteem that says, yes, of course, it is really important that I thrive too? And are you willing to let go of the stories that are actually holding you back? When I work with creatives who put beautiful things out into this world, every one of them goes through something called imposter syndrome. Every one of them goes through the fear of stepping forward and being that tall poppy that needs to be shut down. None of us want judgment. None of us want to be condemned. We've all got wounds around persecution from previous lifetimes and soul memories. So stepping forward, daring to be brave, being a trailblazer comes with all sorts of insecurities that need to be brought to light and loved up and integrated. And, you know, having impact in this world isn't just about the highly visible. It's not just about those who have big followings. It's actually about you in your day-to-day life being happy and fulfilled, having a hub in your home that is thriving, that is happy, that is a joyful place. Because if that's not happening for you, then what's happening within your energy field and your immediate environment is contraction, not expansion. So that is not contributing to what you want, which is what we all want, peace on earth. Now we can create it. We have the science to back it up. We have got all of the therapy tools we could ever need, the therapeutic tools we could ever need to allow us to make the shift from surviving to thriving, from conflict to resolution. The important thing at this point is to apply it. And this Lionsgate is the invitation for a tsunami of love, a tsunami of peace to literally flood this planet through the crystalline grid, through the divine human heart grid, through the divine mind grid. And as a result of that, actually start to really see evidence of the shift. It's one thing to affect the field. It's another thing to change it. Okay, when I say to change it, to change the narrative in the collective consciousness of humanity so that our expectations are different to what they are today. And if you're not sure what the expectations today are, look at what pop culture is telling you. Look at what is fashionable. Look at what people are talking about. Look at what the news is pointing out. Look at, you know, what is in the mainstream collective consciousness, what people are talking about. And consider your energy and what you are energizing, because we can either waste our energy or we can channel it. And this is the invitation with this Lionsgate, is actually to channel it. So here's the thing. If you are someone that feels concerned about the future and the future that is being created, if you are someone who wants to create a paradise, if you are someone that would like to use your power wisely and create regenerative change rather than just sustainable change, and see this planet thrive rather than constantly surviving and not even doing that, then, you know, maybe you've also got an interest in clearing ancestral trauma and you're aware of epigenetics and quantum physics and neuroscience, then this is going to really appeal to you, because this isn't woo-woo with no kind of foundation. It's very much grounded in the latest scientific discoveries. And, you know, for me, I've been on this trajectory now for a good 20 plus years. So seeing in action what I have been working so diligently towards, and so my colleagues and my teachers, it's just like it's happening, it's real. We just need more and more of us on board. Okay, so all of these things are your indicator that you are in the right place, that you are talking with the right people, that taking another step forward is important. And if you have any sense of concern around the fact that it is not possible for us to turn things around, I understand that. I heed the fact that urgency is key. And I'm trying to remember the movie I saw with Keanu Reeves in, but it was about an alien who landed on this earth and basically came to destroy it, because that was going to be the best solution because of what humanity was doing, right? We basically have to go right to the edge, the precipice of change, which is where we are now, to make the decision that change is essential. So we are at that point, okay? We are at the point that we're already in the birth canal to the new earth. There's no going back. We actually must go forward. And in order for us to ensure the survival of humanity, not just survival, but the thriving of humanity, then the key is that we make these changes imminently. And there are two key areas where those changes need to be made. And I share those in the interview with Bruce Lipton. So I'm going to leave that there for now. I look forward to your comments. What I'm inviting you to do is mark your diaries for the 10th of March, both the morning and the evening. So the morning will be the free masterclass. And that will be about you getting out of your own way, conscious co-creation, how to get out of your own way and actually clear up the self-sabotage quickly and see how it's actually going to support you rather than thwart you. And then in the evening will be the showcase of the interview with Bruce Lipton. I'm also inviting you to sign up to starpeaceconsciousness.com, sign up for the manifesto. You can always contact me through that once you've actually joined the mailing list there. And if you would like to know more about the retreat, then get in quick. This is a 3-month container. There's only 14 spaces. It's going to go out to my existing community first in terms of those who've actually done the deep work with me. So spaces are really limited. And if you would like to participate, then the key is for you to get along to rozyglow.com/events. You'll see the Lionsgate retreat info. It's going to give you a little button that says, I'd like to find out more. So if you press that, then I'll be able to contact you and we can have a chat. Okay, that's it for now. I'd love to hear how you feel about this. If you are a luminary, you have your own tribe, you are here as a way shower, and you would like to participate in this co-creation for Lionsgate, whether you're going to come on the retreat or you just want to share this with your tribe, please get in touch, because the more of us, the merrier. And there is a big summit that I'm going to be prepping after this as well, which is all about how we co-create peace in one generation. And it's not going to be on our own. None of us can do it on our own. We're all here to collaborate, communicate, cooperate with each other and share in each other's light so that we can actually create a unified whole. None of us is an island. That's the thing. So I'm reaching out to create win-win-win opportunities with all those who are hearing this message and feeling it. Let's create this global community, because it's global, it's stellar, it's galactic, and it's universal, and we are co-creating it. Right, that's it for now. You're amazing. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for joining the Manifesting Star Peace Utopia group. You can actually just check out the text box where all the information will be. And that's it. Prepare for this portal of peace, because that's what we're doing, my loves. That's what we're here for. And there's going to be key events along the way, including eclipses that are wafting us along the right path. Okay, so ta-ra for now. Keep tuned. There's lots more coming, and I'll see you on the 10th. Take care.